Good evening, everyone, and I thought I would just share this update on the English Civil War project as it stands, because I think I've done enough English Civil War now for a while, and I'm going to move on to just another period to keep the interest going in the hobby. I'm by no means finished these forces. I need a lot more cavalry and a few more battalions of foot, etc. Just more of everything, really. But I'm happy enough with what I've done so far, and I think a break's what's needed. And then in a few months' time, no doubt the finger will hover over the PayPal button, and more reinforcements will find themselves en route. But just thought I would share with you the latest updates. The two main ones, of course, are the main commanders here for the forces. So we have, for the parliamentarians, Cromwell. And this is by Warlord Games, along with the Preacher model. The only thing I need for him is his cornet, which I've ordered, and postal strikes are a thing at the minute. And then what Royalist force is complete without His Majesty King Charles I. And I went freehand on the flag, so excuse my bad painting, but, you know, if you're holding it at this distance, and if you're playing at that distance, I think that looks quite like the royal flag. So yeah, pretty happy with that. That's a metal flag, you see, it's pretty solid. So I like that model, wanted to keep him. And yeah, there's the king, surrounded by his retainers. So of course now I'm going to need a large regiment of foot to be the King's Lifeguards. So yeah, that's why the project never ends. But I'll take you through some close-ups of the army so far. So here we have parliamentarians, commanders. There's Sir Thomas Fairfax, an infantry commander, another commander receiving orders or giving orders, and then a saker. Or a minion gun, that is. Sorry, not a saker. Unit of commanded shot for the new model army. Small unit of Storming Party. You've seen these before. This is the latest battalion of foot, which has... this is Sir Thomas Fairfax's regiment, I think. Underneath. Sir Thomas Fairfax Regiment of Foot. Yep. So, having Sir Thomas, it's nice to have his regiment. These, you'll notice, are smaller. I ran out of musket men, but I actually find 16 musket men in the wings don't look out of place. So I might keep them. Who knows? Regiment of horse, or when I'm playing my games at the minute, because things are smaller, I split them into two units of 6, just to make games more interesting. And then the first unit that I did back there, who I think are Sir Philip Skipton's Regiment of Foot, with the red flag there. So that's the parliamentarians, royalists. Some commanders at the front. Rupert, horse commander, and commander foot. Regiment of horse for them. Demi cannon. Another unit of Storming Party, more colourful than their counterparts. And then this is where I think things were getting me, because it's basically red and blue, which kind of annoyed me. And these are Sir Ralph Hopton's Regiment of Foot. I've written it all underneath because I can never remember the names just by looking at the flags. So this is Ralph Hopton's Regiment of Foot, with the white facings, seen those before. And then finally, the Prince Rupert's Bluecoats. So yeah, that's the army so far. Try and get a wide view of them all. And yeah, happy with how those turned out. So now on the painting desk, I have been doing some Prussian Landwehr. So I finished this first unit up. And these are the old Warlord Games models. This is the last of them. So very pleased with how they turned out. Really love the casualty figure here. I think that's just a great sculpt. See if I can get a close up on that. Get a bit closer. Yeah. Really great sculpt. And then I put a officer on a horse in with that regiment just for a bit of variation. I'm not the best painter in the world, but you know, I get my models to a certain standard, which is usually if they're, you know, that's sort of 3 feet away from you and they look effective, then that suits me. And then I finished the commander for the Landwehr here. So there he is. These are all Warlord Games metal. And nice, lovely sculpts there as well. So that's those for now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the camera and I'm going to show you my next area of madness. So Warlord Games released a couple of videos of their open day. And in their open day they talked about a new version of Hail Caesar. And that made the cogs in the mind spin. And then my wife, who it is her fault, did the foolish thing of going away for a night, leaving me in the house with a few beers and full access to the credit cards and the PayPal button. So I decided Warlord Games have a 15% off sale on Ancients. So Greek Slingers are the first purchase, which then led into this, the Successor Starter Army. So there's 100 pikemen, 8 cavalry, a war elephant, and that. I haven't opened this, so let's maybe take a look at it. Or I'll do a separate unboxing video, I think, just get this sort of going through. So that's some Greek Slingers, Macedonians. Macedonian, well, that's a Persian. That's sort of giving away the next thing. And a Macedonian commander. So I've decided to go Alexander, or Seleucids, or something around that era of pikes. As if I hadn't painted enough pikes, but there we go. So those will be going up, and then I would needed, of course, some opponents for them. So Victrix are also a very lovely company. Some Persians, so some archers, some armored cavalry, and I need a few more things of cavalry because the Persians had a lot of cavalry, and some armored spearmen. Don't know why that's sideways, sorry. So I might do some more in-depth unboxings of those, and then I wanted it to be distinctly ancient, and there's an elephant in the Successor's army. So I also, when I was on Victrix, bought this. Now I know this is an African war elephant, but the Achaemenid Persian Empire stretched into Africa, and there are reports of them using elephants from their African what would you call them, client states. Because transporting elephants all the way over from India took too long. And the Ptolemaic crew options that you get in this aren't too far away from some of the Persian sculpts. So I think I'll mix and match a few around these. And, you know, it's the ancient era. We don't know 100% what happened. So in my mind, I want some elephants on the table. There's been a reference somewhere online, I can't remember where it's from, that elephants were in the Persian army. We have some elephants. So, yeah. It never ends, does it? Anyway, I'll do some unboxing videos of these maybe in the next week or so. But until then, happy wargaming. Cheers.